Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. You already know what time it is, you guys. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to everyone here in the building. I appreciate you guys. Like I always say, you guys can be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me in this very moment. Salute to Erica. I see you, sis. Barrio, Raymond. Sack is definitely in the building, man. Raider Primos, Corvette, Rod Gas, my boy Sean L. I see everybody. Jesus, Eddie, man. I appreciate you guys, as always, for rocking with me, man. A lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the injury report. We're going to talk about some hypotheticals. We're going to talk about some websites throwing out some interesting mock drafts. We're going to talk about it all today. But before that, you guys, make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, man, hit that subscribe button. We are only a few subscribers away from 22,000 subscribers, and it's because of you guys, man. So if you are not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I believe we're like 15 subs away, man. So definitely helps the algorithm, definitely helps the channel, and gets closer to our next goal of 25K, man. So salute to you guys, man. Let me see. Salute to Wade. $2 donation. I appreciate you. Battle of the mid-off tomorrow. Aiden O'Connell versus Easton Stick. Think about that, you guys. Beginning of the season, we did not think that week 15, we'd be seeing the Raiders face the Chargers. Aiden O'Connell versus Easton Stick. That's where we are right now, man, on a short week, Thursday night football. And a lot of these Thursday night footballs those games have been terrible. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really expecting any different tomorrow. We couldn't score a point versus the Minnesota Vikings. The offense hasn't been able to flow. We're on a short week with a bunch of guys that are injured. We're going to go over that here shortly. I'm going to be real with you, man. It may be an ugly game tomorrow at Allegiant Stadium, man. So, like I said before, my expectations are very, very low at this point, man. Tim, I actually put that on Twitter, man. I said Easton Stick is going to go out there and look like prime Tom Brady tomorrow, man. It is what it is. That's what the Raiders do. We always make sure that we create this new monster. You know what I mean? He take the league by storm, and then the following week they just kind of just go run back into the shadow realm, right? We make them look like a superstar. They go right back into the shadow realm the following week. It's just insane the way the Raiders work. Salute the way Khalil Mack doesn't have. Oh, look, Khalil Mack is cooking right now. Over 15 sacks. This dude, man, I've seen a lot of people saying he was washed. I'm hoping he comes home in the offseason. I'm hoping the Chargers restart that thing. They're in salary cap hell. Khalil Mack is owed a shit ton of money. I'm hoping that they just bite the bullet on that, let him go, and bring him back home with Tyree, with Max, with Malcolm. That'd be phenomenal, man. Let me see. He's going to look like Prime Stidham. Salute to everybody. We're going to talk about this, man, because a lot of people are talking about the Caleb Williams thing, man. And I got to say this real fast. You know, I tweeted out yesterday, man, I'm at the point where, you know, we have to take risk. You know what I mean? We have to take a risk. We have to take risks to see if we can find that generational guy. If you could find the guy of the future, right? Yeah, I understand, you guys, that Caleb Williams is eccentric, right? I mean, to say the least. The guy, you know, a lot of people question how he dresses. A lot of people question the nail polish he puts on his, you know, people question him crying. which, you know, he's a kid still, you guys. So I'm not going to beat him up for crying in the stands after an L with his mom. Me personally, I'm not going to beat him up for that. He's still a kid. You know what I mean? He's still finding his way. I think a lot of people tend to forget that because of how high a level he's played football and, you know, kind of how he carries himself, you know, out there in LA. But it's like, he's still a kid, man. He's still a kid. A lot of people are saying he is the next Jamarcus Russell, and I'm just trying to figure out how. I get, you know, if the Raiders go up to number 1 and draft him, you know, we're potentially looking at a bust at the quarterback position, blah, blah. Is that all y'all got? Because they don't have the same game at all. They don't possess the same game at all. This is not a Jamarcus Russell type deal, you guys. Last I checked, Caleb Williams actually, yeah, he does a lot of stuff, you know, maybe has, you know, like I said, maybe he's eccentric and does other things off the football field. But the last I checked, the guy loves playing football. That's the one thing that we had to question with Jamarcus Russell. You know, when he got into the league, he just totally just crapped out and didn't give a shit about football anymore. Caleb Williams, you could tell he loves the football game. I mean, he loves football. He loves the sport. I mean, any guy that's going to go on the sideline and cry to his mom after a game, to me, that shows that he actually gives a shit. I've never seen Jamarcus Russell do that. You know what I mean? So, and I think that Caleb Williams possesses the game that fits the modern day football. You know what I mean? It fits what this era is. And I think he possesses the skill set. I'm hoping that, you know, wherever we are that we draft, top 5, top 10, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that we look at Chicago, we make a phone call. I know Justin Fields has won like 3 of the last 4 games. They're a game out of the wild card out there in Chicago, you guys. That is crazy. They started off as one of the worst teams in the NFL. They still have the number 1 pick because of Carolina. They're like 1-13 at this point, right? 1-12, 1-13, something like that. But they still have a number 1 pick, and they're a game out of the wild card. And Justin Fields is fighting for that spot to stay the guy out there in Chicago. And he's looked pretty good these past few weeks. Those guys have actually went out there and piled up a few W's, and they're only a game out of the wild card right now at 5-8. That is crazy. That is crazy. So Chicago may say, you know what? Let's still build around Justin Fields. Let's get him some O-line help. Let's go get the kid out of Penn State, or go get Joe Alt. Go get a tackle. Go get a guard. They may beef up that O-line. I mean, the number one, you know, pick. I mean, they're going to trade that if they keep Justin Fields, and they're going to get a shit ton of extra draft capital, and they may potentially get a nice player in that, you know, in that trade as well. But they may keep Justin Fields, you guys. So we may have what it takes to move up to number 1 and go get our guy. Caleb Williams is definitely a realistic option. Drake May, which I thought he was the number 1 quarterback in his draft, he may be a realistic option, even though I still think that New England's going to take him at 2. But if we move up and get him, cool. I'm just saying 1A, 1B, we may have what it takes to move up to number 1, especially if Chicago keeps Justin Fields there and makes him the future of that Chicago Bears team. He still has his last year on his deal. Then they have the potential to bring him back on the 5th-year option as well. So he has 2 years potentially left on his rookie deal. So Chicago is probably looking at, you know, the Raiders, a few other teams that can use a quarterback right now. And they're probably saying, look, we can get a lot by just keeping Justin Fields and giving up this number 1 pick. So let me see. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to my guy, Max. If AP has the balls to bench AO4, at least try something different with Jimmy G. He's earned the head coaching job in my eyes. But this is the thing, Max, right? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool you put Jimmy G out there, which he was terrible at the beginning of the season. But now what? You're basically saying, oh, Aiden, like you want to keep Aiden on the football field, man. You want to play him these last 4 weeks. You want to monitor him. You want to be able to see what he did good, what he did bad, what he did horribly. Like, there's no reason to throw a Jimmy G out there 5-8 right now, and you already know what he does. Let Aiden go out there and get some more experience under his belt. Let him play football. There's no reason to throw Jimmy G out there. You know what I mean? Like, at all. And potentially hurt himself, you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why put Jimmy G out there? There's no real reason to put Jimmy G out there. I see a lot of people put him out there, get Aiden off the football field. This is a rookie, you guys, a 4th-round pick. Let him play these last 4 weeks out, see what we have with him, and then move on in the offseason. There is no reason at all that we should see a Jimmy G or a Brian Hoyer at all. You should not give up on the kid. Yeah, he might not be the guy, and at this point, he's not. But why give up on the kid with 4 weeks left? It makes no sense at all. Let Aiden go play football for 4 more weeks. Let's see if we can see anything, if there's anything there where maybe he can go into the offseason and it's an actual competition in camp with the future quarterback that we bring in. But there's no reason to put Jimmy G in Max. Like, for what, bro? For what? It's just, there's no reason. We know what he does. He could potentially get hurt. Why? Senkel, I mean, bro, what is going to change with Jimmy G? What's going to change? He's going to go out there and play under Bo Hardegree. What's going to change? I just personally, I don't know what's going to change. Jimmy G is Jimmy G at this point. Scared. He had the happy feet, throwing pick after pick after pick. I don't want to see him out there. Salute to my dog, Jersey Raider, my bro. Do you know any Bears fans? I'd like to hear what they're saying about Fields. Yes, I do. My brother Lonnie. He's from Chicago. He lives out here in the Dallas area. We talk all the time, and he's always telling me, I'm like, you guys are going to go get a quarterback. He's like, no, we're not. We're going to keep Justin Fields and build around him. My boy Lonnie continuously tells me this in the group chat. We have a battle rap group chat, and he always tells me, he says, we're going to keep Justin Fields. Just going to get some more help for him. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and got a tackle. They went and got Marvin Harrison Jr., whatever they got, that package deal, because they got number 1 and I believe number 5 right now, right? I believe that's what they have, and they can potentially drop with a few L's. So I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and got, traded that first round pick, got Marvin Harrison, got a tackle, got some guard help, got some O-line. But they're saying out there in Chicago with my boy Lonnie and other Bears fans that they're going to keep Justin Fields and they're going to build around him. So, and my boy actually said he wants to. So there you have it. They like Justin Fields out there. I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears kept him, to be real. I mean, me personally, there's only a few times you get the actual chance to go out and draft a quarterback like Caleb Williams or a guy like Drake May with the potential that these guys have, right? Like, is it the right thing? I don't know. Justin Fields has played at a high level in the NFL. He's played at a low level. You know what I mean? Like, he's been, he's had his injuries. People question, him in the pass game. They love him as a runner, but there's just a lot of question marks around Justin Fields. I'll tell you right now, he's better than anything we have. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Chicago does in the offseason. If they move on from Matt Eberflus, their head coach, if they move on from the GM, I don't know. I just know that we have a connection to them, which is Champ Kelly. And if he is our GM, if they take that interim tag off of him in the offseason and he's the guy, I guarantee you there's going to be a call, whether it's about the number 1 draft pick or if it's about Justin Fields' availability. Salute to my guy, Jersey, man. But yes, my boy is a diehard Bears fan, and he even told me that he wants to keep Justin Fields and just build around him. Your thoughts on the O coordinator, David? I don't really. It's been bad. It's been terrible. We haven't been able to score points. Outside of that Giants game, which there was a lot of excitement in the air. People were out there fighting for Aiden O'Connell. They were fighting for Antonio Pierce. They were fighting for Bo Hardegree, fighting for Champ Kelly. And then all the excitement came down, and then we faced that Jets defense. And I believe, what did we put up? 12 points on them, somewhere around there. We just haven't been able to get it done, David. So my thoughts on the O coordinator is he's not an O coordinator. He's not an offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? This guy is showing that this is his first time calling an O, and he hasn't shown me anything. In the offseason, you have to upgrade Bo Hardegree. You have to. You know what I mean? Also a guy that Josh McDaniels brought in on the offensive side of the football. You need an upgrade. You got to have a young, bright mind in today's NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want someone that's going to come in with their own playbook. They already know what it is that they want, and we can build around that. But personally, I'm moving on from Bo Hardegree, David, in the offseason. Even if this O just finds a way, to kind of start getting the wheels turning these next 4 games, even though it's probably too late, I'm still moving on. Salute to you, man. Salute to Primos with that content. Yeah, I have to disagree, though, Travis. The only real benefit I see in bringing in Jimmy G or Hoyer is to open up the playbook more. Hondo said that we removed 75% of JMD's playbook. It's easy to game plan against us. I have to disagree, man. If you took a lot of that playbook out, that's kind of what, Jimmy G was. I mean, what do you think? If you think that it's kind of like Travis taking off the training wheels of Jimmy G, you think you just let him go out there and play his game? I mean, nothing's still going to change about what he can do on the football field. He's still limited. He still can't throw the football. Defenses are going to stack up the box, and our run game is going to be even worse than what it is right now. I don't understand. Like, he's not going to he's not going to throw the football all over the place. The guy barely throws over 20 yards. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what it is that we're looking at in terms of Jimmy G. I just think personally, with the only thing I'm looking forward to with Jimmy G is post June 1st that we can get rid of that, get rid of him, cut him, move on. Whatever hit we take on that contract, cool. The only thing I want to hear about Jimmy G is post June 1st. I believe that's the date where you can move on from him, take the hit on that contract. That's the only thing I want to hear about Jimmy G. I don't want to hear about him playing football at all. At all. I'm cool. Angel, if we trade up for Caleb Williams, you think Tay will stay? It depends. I mean, Angel, that may be one of those guys where you may have to use him to go get some extra draft capital, in which I don't think you would, because we have all of our future draft picks. You know what I mean? What did they give up, you guys, last year? The Bears got the Panthers' first-round pick in 2023, right? So they moved up. Carolina moved up to 1. Carolina gave Chicago their first-round pick, their second-round pick, this year's first-round pick, and next year's second-round pick, and also DJ Moore. So think about that, okay? Carolina moved up to number 1, gave up last year's first, last year's second, this year's last year's first and second, this year's first and second. What the fuck was it? I'm all lost right now. Last year's first and second, this year's first rounder, 2025 second round pick in DJ Moore. So that's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. You don't technically have to give up Tay at all. You know what I mean? There's only one team that I think is going to try and that would take on Tay's contract and go all in with trying to win right now. That's the Jets. You know what I mean? And if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, which it looks like he's getting there now, they're definitely going to be calling. They're definitely going to be calling. But it'd be fantastic, Angel, if you can somehow, some way move up to get Caleb Williams and keep Tay in the building, because that would be phenomenal. I can only imagine watching Caleb Williams throw the football to Devontae, to Myers, Mayers, Trey Tucker, Hunter Renfrow, all those weapons. It'd be phenomenal. But technically, you don't have to give up Tay to go get Caleb Williams, because look what they gave up. If we gave up this year's first, this year's second, which I'm cool with, to move up to go do that, and then next year's first, or whatever, next year's second in a player, I'm cool with that. But I don't think that Adams I think if we get Caleb Williams, I think Adams will be ecstatic to stay in Las Vegas. Let me see. Salute to my brother, man. Waste is in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Real quick, salute to everybody here in the building. Let's bring this up. Boom. Let's go over this injury report real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building once again. Short week, you guys. We haven't even truly had a practice. We pretty much have had 2 walkthroughs, I believe, Monday, Tuesday. So this is a walkthrough. Practice report is only an estimate at this point, you guys, okay? So Curtis Bolton with that groin injury, our linebacker, technically would be limited Monday, Tuesday. Adam Butler, defensive tackle, popped up on the injury report with an ankle injury. Limited Monday, limited Tuesday. Once again, you guys, this is only an estimate. They only conducted a walkthrough. Max with that knee injury, they're playing it safe. They've been doing it all year long. He will play, but did not practice Monday or Tuesday. Brandon Faison is back with that shin injury. He has not played at all this season. It looks as though he's going to get his first time playing on the field this year at Allegiant Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers, which is good. You know, we need some corner help right now badly, especially with Marcus Peters moving on and so on and so forth. We can use that guy, Brandon Faison, man. Josh Jacobs, quad injury, did not practice Monday or Tuesday. I don't think at all we're going to see Josh Jacobs out there. I think it's easy to say that Zeus will get the start, and it'll be a little mixture of him, Amir Abdullah, and potentially even Brandon Bolden as the emergency running back out there getting some reps. Andre James, ankle injury. It looks as though we'll probably be without him. Maybe Jordan Meredith comes in and plays center for us against the Chargers on Thursday night. Maga, knee injury. He is now placed on the IR. He is gone for the season. You will not see Maga at all. Colton Miller, shoulder injury, technically did not practice Monday, Tuesday. Once again, this is an estimate. It looks as though we may be without Colton Miller again. It may be looking like Mumford at left tackle or Luminor left, or Mumford at right or Luminor at right. And Amik Robertson with that wrist injury, he was limited in practice Monday and Tuesday. We'll get a better idea, you guys, where we are in today's practice when they do their pressers and we see them drop the updated injury report later on today. This is the Chargers. Keenan Allen, heel injury, didn't practice Monday, Tuesday. It's an estimate. Gerald Levert. We talking R&B and shit now. Gerald Everett, tight end, hip injury, limited in practice Monday, Tuesday. Justin Hollins, their outside linebacker, knee injury. Full participant Zion Johnson, their young guard out of Boston College. Ankle, limited both days. Sebastian Joseph Day, their defensive lineman. Ankle, limited Monday, Tuesday. Leonard, their DB, ankle/heel injury, did not practice Monday or Tuesday. Walk through, you guys. Kenneth Murray Jr., linebacker, shoulder, full participant. Amen, linebacker, hamstring, limited both days. Otito, I believe, their defensive lineman, knee injury, limited Monday, Tuesday. Joshua Palmer, their young wide receiver out of Tennessee, knee injury, full participant both days. Donald Parham Jr., tight end, shoulder, limited both days. And Nick Williams, the defensive lineman, shoulder, limited both days. Look like they got a lot of injuries on that defensive line. And we all know Bosa is on the IR, you guys. Khalil Mack is still out there, very active. And they got a young guy, Tully out of USC that they drafted, another edge rusher that's been playing really pretty well for the Chargers. Let me see. Salute. That is the injury report at this point, you guys. But yeah, man, it looks like we're pretty beat up, bro. We're pretty short-handed on a short week. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's any way Josh Jacobs plays. The way he was walking off the field Sunday, it looked pretty bad. Andre James, that ankle injury, he went out, and then they put Jordan Meredith in that center. I don't think we're going to see him at all this Thursday. And also Colton Miller on the short week with that shoulder injury that's been hampering him the last few weeks. I don't see him playing either. But I could be wrong. But I don't think these guys play. I don't even know if Keenan Allen's going to play, Mehdi. To be real with you, he's always hurt. He's always hurt. He's always on the injury report. I feel like every injury report that comes out with the Chargers, he's a part of it. So I don't even know, man. He may play. That would be a big blow for them. But they already got a second-string guy in Easton Stick coming in to play quarterback for him. So I don't even know if they have the guy that can get the football in Keenan Allen's hands. Jerome, we have activated Brandon Parker off of the practice squad. He will be active Thursday, and DJ Fluker was signed to the practice squad. So he is on the practice squad. He will not be active tomorrow unless something changes. But yesterday we did activate Brandon Parker to the 53-man roster, and we actually put DJ Fluker on the practice squad. I thought that we may even see Fluke out there giving us some help at guard tomorrow, but it looks as though he's going to remain on the practice squad. But we shall see. Maybe something changes today. I could be wrong. But Greg Van Rotten's not on the injury report. Dylan Parham's not on the injury report. We have both our starters. So I don't know if they're going to think about bringing him up for tomorrow's game. Let me see. Mava, I agree with you, but I'm gonna be honest. I think, and I said this 2 days ago, I believe on Coffee and Convo, that once that infection was killed and they got all that fluid out of his knee, um, he's okay. He's okay. He's all right. That dude's gonna fight. Like, he does not want to stop playing football. This is a guy that wants to go out there and play for his brothers, man, play for his head coach, play for his, his GM's, job. He wants to go out there and play. And if you guys didn't get a chance to go watch The Rush, I watched the whole episode yesterday where he talked about, everything that's going on with him. Phenomenal, phenomenal show. Go over there and subscribe to The Rush on YouTube. Great show they put on. Max is going to play this out. He's going to play this out. And look at him Sunday. Went out there and put up 2 sacks, was all over the place. You know what I mean? I mean, the dude is just different. 10 tackles. It's insane how much of a high level this guy plays the game of football. Yeah, Desert, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not really too there's no reason to put those guys out there. Like, I've been screaming to see another running back get some true reps. Like we all beat up Zeus a lot, right? Oh my God, he fumbles the football. He's just he has no vision. He's not this. I've been one of them too, right? But have we been really given an opportunity to watch him? Like, has he really been giving any opportunity? How do you get going as a running back when you only get maybe 1 rep every 2 weeks? Like, I want to see Zeus out there, former 4th round pick. I want to see why they went out and got him so, in the 4th round over some great talent on the defensive side of the football. I want to see why they got Zeus. What do they see? What do they see in him? I want to see him get way more reps tomorrow. I want to see what Zeus can do with 10 plus reps. I want to see it. And guess what? Tomorrow we get a chance to. So let me see. Salute to AJ. Your super did not get hoed, brother. If we don't leave the draft with Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Michael Penix, it's a huge loss. The rest of the QBs in this class are career backups, in my opinion. Damn. I mean, shit. So you think Jaden Daniels is going to be a career backup? You think Bo Nix is going to be a career backup? ESPN has us drafting J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. You have him as a career backup? Okay. I'll say this. I agree with you that I think those 3 guys right there are the most can't miss. I think that Michael Penix is a dog. I think that, Drake May and Caleb Williams are 1A, 1B. I agree with you, but I can't agree with you saying that Jaden Daniels is going to be a career backup. We don't know what he is yet. We don't know. Bo Nix may come in the league and take it by storm. J.J. McCarthy may be a dog. We don't know. But I agree, AJ, that those 3 guys to me, are the 3 can't miss type guys. I know Wasted likes Bo Nix a lot. I know other guys like JJ McCarthy a lot. There's other names out there. I know a lot of people in the nation like Jaden Daniels because, the stats that he put up at LSU this year, then he won the Heisman. I still need to see, I need to see a little more out of him. I want to see, Jaden Daniels is the one name that I'm nervous about, AJ. Like, that's the one name that if we go get, I love the potential, but I just feel like he can be the biggest bust. And I don't want to put that label on him because he may come in and take the league by storm. He could run the football. He could throw the football. He could do it all at the collegiate level. But I'm going to be totally real with y'all. Jaden Daniels is the one guy in this league this year coming into the draft where I'm nervous. I'm nervous that if we get him, he can be a guy that, had this big year at the collegiate level, won a Heisman, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's the one guy that he has the sexy name right now, and everybody, all the hype train is around Jaden Daniels, the Heisman, and all that good stuff. I just feel like there's a lot of risk involved by using a top draft pick on Jaden Daniels. I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong, you guys. I'm very nervous about his thin frame. He needs to put on more muscle. He's a skinny dude. He has the measurables, though. I think he's, 6'3", 6'4". He's a tall guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, make all the throws, can run the football, but I'm just very nervous about him. Salute to Arizona Tim. My guy, appreciate you on a $10 donation, man. If we traded Max Crosby, D. Adams, what could we would love to get here your viewpoint. I wouldn't I know we would trade Max Crosby, but it would take 2 first-rounders maybe. My bad. Maybe I'm butchering your super here, but I'm going to tell you right now, Tim, there's no way in hell we'll trade Max Crosby. Max is the only player that is not tradable. He's untradeable on this roster. They will not move on from Max Crosby at all. He is the heart and soul of this team. I don't care what they offer. It's not going to happen. He is the heart and soul. If you take Max Crosby out of that building, we lost our identity. Like, period. Or any bit of identity that we have left is gone if you move on from Max Crosby. So there's no way we're going to move on from him. But definitely Devontae is a realistic option. You know what I'm saying? He'll be 31 years old, I believe, next year. He's getting paid an astronomical amount of money. We're in this influx right now at the quarterback position. I know that he doesn't want to waste, his, the end of his career, playing with an organization that has huge question marks around the quarterback position. And I'm going to be real with you. I think he wants to stay in Vegas. I think he wants to be a Raider. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. But if he's given an opportunity to go out there and play with Aaron Rodgers for a year and potentially win a championship out there with the Jets, with that stout defense and all the moving parts that they have, that Garrett Wilson's and all that, that's something he has to think about. But we're not moving on from Max Crosby, brother. It's just not going to happen. It won't happen. He is untradeable. Will not happen at all. And let me get this dude out of here. I'm thank you for commenting. I've been waiting. Boom. Let me see. He's stupid. Salute to LT. What up, Oos? Oh, Raiders Spade. Definitely would. For everything that Max does on the field, off the field, you know what I mean? Like, just his story. There's no way. Like, how do you sell Raider fans this product without Max Crosby? He's probably one of the only reasons left while we still have any type of hope with this team. Real talk. Without Max Crosby, we're going back to the mid-2000 teams. We're going back to, Denarius Moores and Lewis, and no disrespect to my guy Lewis Murphy, but those type of teams. Without Max Crosby, Devontae's gone, and we're back to a team that just has no identity and just trying to figure it out on the fly. Good stuff. Mac never wanted to go. I got to put that out there, bro. A lot of you guys continue with that narrative. Mac did not want to go anywhere. He wanted to be a Raider, but he wanted to be paid big money like he deserves, deservingly so, to stay there. Mac did not want to leave. At the end of the day, this guy was an all-pro at the linebacker position and defensive end position. That's never happened before. And he played the run better than anybody in the NFL. I mean, what kind of defense end goes out there and gets pick sixes like he did against the Carolina Panthers? Like, the guy deserved every cent. No, good stuff. They did not offer him the same amount of money at all. They did not. That was a Gruden power move to get him out of the building and try and stock up a bunch of draft capital and draft the team that he see fit, that he wanted to move forward with. That had nothing to do with him wanting to stay, and we did not offer him anywhere near what the Chicago Bears gave him at all. Don't let anybody lie to you, bro. Salute to LM. Bo Nix is the safest pick, I believe, Doc. Salute, my brother. Okay. And Waste is on that same train. He thinks that Bo Nix is the safest pick. He's like quarterback four to me. LM, I got to be real with you. I got Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., and then it'd probably be Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and JJ McCarthy. Salute to my dog, man. LM, appreciate you, brother. Zach, I love it at this point. But, we have to remember, you guys, that, Tyree was facing a beat-up offensive line out there in Minnesota. I believe they lost 2 or 3 linemen just in that game alone. Like, it seemed like every other series, Minnesota was losing a guard, losing a center. They were losing offensive linemen left and right. At some point, you have to – and I want Caleb Williams too, Wasted. If possible, I want to trade up and go get him. I just think he fits what we do. and he'd be a superstar in Las Vegas. But I want to see what he looks like against great offensive line, a great offensive lineman. When you're playing a better O-line, I want to see what Tyree looks like at defensive tackle against them. He was playing against a pretty beat up Minnesota Vikings O-line. So I want to see what he looks like, but he's definitely improving. He was all over the place, and that's all you can really ask for. The get off is still a little late on some reps, but he's definitely improving. And salute to Antonio Pierce. He gave him very, very high praise. He said that he reminds him of Justin Tuck. That is a very, very, very major compliment coming from a guy like Antonio Pierce that actually played with Justin Tuck. He sees him in practice every day. He sees what he has. He sees what he's capable of doing. And I love it. If he can get anywhere near as close to playing a career that Justin Tuck had, then to be real with you guys, Josh McDaniels and Zeke actually made the right pick, but only time will tell. But for him to give him that title of he reminds him of Justin Tuck, that is a very, very major compliment coming from Antonio Pierce, a guy who played at a high level at the NFL and the Super Bowl champ that played with the likes of, Justin Tuck. Salute to Gio. My O2. Wait, what? My point two? We need a true rebuild. GM first. He hires the coach. Keep Max. Everyone else can go. Do anything and everything to trade up to number one for Caleb. I agree with the last part. And I agree with keeping Max, and anybody else is tradable. To be real with you, you can move on from anybody else outside of Max Crosby. But I definitely agree with you, brother. You definitely got to move up. If you're there in that top 7 and you're drafting somewhere along there, you have all the firepower in the world to move up to number one. You can give up a bunch of future firsts, a bunch of draft capital. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. If you go get Caleb Williams, man, then you can spend some of that money in free agency on going out and getting a defensive tackle, or you can go get some corner help, or even potentially look at some guards, some offensive line help in free agency as well, because you're probably going to have to give up a lot of this draft. Your first and second, they're going to start there. It's probably gone for Caleb Williams. Your first, your second, shit, you may even have to throw your third in there. You know what I mean? Like real talk. And then future draft capital as well. But I'm all for it. If you can give up a first and a second GO for Devontae Adams at 29, 30 years old, you can definitely give up a first and a second in this year's draft and then some to go get Caleb Williams, a potential game changer, a potential guy that can play for you for the next 10 to 15 seasons. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Yeah, that ain't happening. Brock Purdy, he'll end up getting a deal out there with the Niners soon, man. Spade, I would. I want to see what Champ Kelly can do with the full draft and full free agency period. I do. I hope we don't move on from Champ Kelly. I don't think people realize how highly regarded Champ Kelly was when Ziegler brought him in. I was actually shocked that Champ Kelly accepted more of a assistant GM role, because he is a known commodity around the NFL, you guys. He's a very respected football mind, and a lot of people truly understand the value that Champ Kelly brings to the table in terms of the NFL. So I don't want to move on from him. I truly want to give him a nice little extension and let him build this team the way he sees fit. Whether even if that's not keeping Antonio Pierce, I want to keep him around. I want to keep Champ Kelly around. Very well respected in the NFL, and if we let him go, there's going to be other NFL teams out there definitely looking to make him their general manager for the foreseeable future. Dominique, if he trades for Justin Fields, I'm cool with that. It's better than anything else that we got. If you're not moving up for Caleb Williams, you're not moving up for Drake May. At some point, bro, you got to make a big move, and getting Justin Fields would be a lot less draft capital. So if he is the guy moving forward, I'm not against that at all. I'd rather have a Justin Fields than an Aiden O'Connell or a Jimmy G or a Brian Hoyer any given day of the week. And also, Fields is still young, and he's still on his rookie deal. Now, if he was in the middle of $100+ million contract, maybe a little different. But if you're trading for Justin Fields, you get him on 2 years. You get him on his last year of his deal and the 5th-year option. That is a steal. Salute to my dog, Perk Angle, one of the greatest names in YouTube history. we trade Tay for a first but are unable to get Caleb, do you go D-line or O-line with the pick, maybe wide receiver? I personally think this. I think that, and you guys, I think that Devontae will be a Raider. This is not me saying he's going anywhere. But personally, Perk, I don't think that we trade Devontae for draft capital. I don't think the Jets are going to be willing to give up that top 10 pick. I think that they're probably going to give us a player for player. I think it will be like a Quinnen Williams. They're going to have to give up one of those young superstars. Hey, man, look, you want Devontae Adams and you want to keep that pick? Cool. But we need a Sauce Gardner or we need a Quinnen Williams, period. We know how much you guys want Devontae Adams. Well, give us a player for player. I don't think they're going to move on from that top 10 pick. I think they're going to use that top 10 pick to potentially get some O-line help for Aaron Rodgers or potentially go out and get his replacement because Zach Wilson's not the guy. And at 9 or 10 or wherever they are right now, there's going to be a quarterback available. Aaron Rodgers only has one more year on this deal, you guys. So at the end of the day, you want Devontae? It may look like a player for player type situation in my mind. And I see you guys saying maybe some potential extra draft capital, but you have to also look at what Devontae Adams is being paid. You know what I'm saying? So, contract for contract, it's not that even. Even though Q does, I think Q has a nice deal right now, though. Let me see. And I know a lot of people say that, Hammerman. A lot of people say it doesn't make sense to move on from Tay's contract the way it's structured and all that other stuff. That's why I'm saying that I think that he will be a Raider next year. I don't think we're going to move on from him. I think he'll be here. I think he's going to sit back and say, okay, I understand what's going on now. I came in under Josh McDaniels and Ziegler. We're moving on from them. We're actually finally washing our hands of everything this offseason of what they brought in outside of potentially Graham, Antonio Pearson, Champ Kelly. But I think Devontae is willing to take another offseason and see what we do. I do. But if the Raiders see fit to move on from him and go out and get a stout defensive player from the Jets for him, I'm here for it. Salute to my dog Raider John in the building. If we went any other position in the first round other than quarterback, what would piss you off the least? Keyword least, because I'm not stupid. What would piss you off the least? Defensive tackle. In order, quarterback, defensive tackle, corner. Those are the three positions where I think are the most vital to what we're doing moving forward. I know we can use a guard. I know we can use some tackle help. I think we can get that in the second or to the mid rounds. But in the first round, if you don't find your quarterback, you can't identify the QB. I think you have to look at defensive tackle, maybe Newton out of Illinois. He may be available where we are, or a Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama corner. But those are my three major that I can live with, Raider John, if we didn't go get a quarterback in the first round, which I think we need one. I mean, this is the draft to go do it. They already missed out on CJ Stroud last year. Will Levis is looking pretty good out there in Tennessee. They missed out on him. Bryce Young, we don't know what he is yet at this point. We missed out last year. And I think this is the year where it's even deeper than what it was last year. You know what I mean? And you just can't miss out this year on a quarterback. John, you can't. If you're drafting in the top 10, you have to work under the assumption that you're not going to be drafting there again anytime soon. So you have to utilize what you have, and you got to go up and whether it's trading a farm or whatever you need to do in order to move up to get a quarterback, you have to identify the quarterback position. This is the draft to do it. You're not going to see another class like this of quarterbacks for many years. I'm telling you guys now, there is maybe 5 quarterbacks in this draft that could potentially become superstars at the NFL level. Potentially. You can't do it. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Can't miss out. But if we did, if you got a Newton or you got a Kool-Aid McKinstry, you got a defensive tackle of the future, or you have a cornerback of the future, I can live with it, but I'd still be upset. I hope I answered your question, John. Salute to my dog. And that's probably how we would have to do it, Dan. You probably go get Newton out of Illinois and then maybe even have to use that second round pick and some more draft capital to move back into the end of the first to see if one of those guys were available. Philip, he did not say who's starting, brother. He did not say. He said that they'll see what's going on and they'll look at the position and they'll go day by day. But I don't think on a short week that they're going to throw Jimmy G out there. I don't. And Antonio Pierce, when he first got the job, he said that Aiden O'Connell gave us the best chance to win. He's seen something with Jimmy G, you guys, early on. He's seen something with Brian Hoyer early on, all the same things that we've seen. And he said that Aiden O'Connell was the best, gives us the best chance of winning. For him to say that and then give up on him to try and, win this head coach position, to me, it wouldn't make any sense. To me, it make no sense at all. Real talk. It's like you're literally going back on what you said. When you came in, you said Aiden O'Connell was the guy that gave us the best opportunity to win football games, right? Well, then you're going to die on that hill. You're going to let him play the next 4 games, and then you go from there. And I agree with him. Aiden O'Connell gives us the best chance to win football games. I don't know if that's saying a lot. Maybe it's saying a lot in a bad way. That's how bad we are at the quarterback position. But he definitely at this point gives us a more realistic option of winning football games than a Jimmy G or a Hoyer. Salute to Seattle Raiders fan, my God. As a Husky and a Raiders fan, the possibility of pairing Penix with these weapons, Adams and Michael Mayer, is all I want for Christmas. Salute to my guy, man. And you guys know Michael Penix Jr. is a dog, man. The only thing that scares me, and the only thing that gives me red flags, the red flags are the torn ACLs in the past. That's the thing that's scary to me, man, because at the NFL level, it's a lot more brutal than it is in the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not against looking at Michael Penix Jr. in this draft if we have no realistic way of going up and getting a Caleb Williams or a Drake May. You guys already know. I've always said that Michael Penix Jr. Was one of my favorite quarterbacks in this draft. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Yeah, man. ESPN has us taking J.J. McCarthy. There was a heavy article that came out and had the Raiders trading up for Caleb Williams, which I would love to see it. And the connection is there, you guys. Once again, if Champ Kelly's the guy, he has a crazy connection with the Chicago Bears. We all know he used to work for the organization. I just think it makes so much sense, with that line of communication between Champ and Chicago. If we're there somewhere in that top 7 range and we can move up to potentially number 1, if they're going to keep Justin Fields, I think it's going to be a conversation that's going to have to be had regardless. I think Champ or whoever is going to be the GM, which I think it will be Champ, has to call Chicago and say, what do you want for Justin Fields? Oh, okay. Well, you guys want to keep him? Well, what do you want for the number 1 pick? Either way, there's going to be a call. I don't know which one it's going to be. What do you want for Fields or what do you want from number 1? But I definitely believe there's going to be a call from Champ Kelly to the Chicago Bears trying to see what it is that they would want for number 1 or for their starting quarterback, Justin Fields, now. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate you guys as always. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We went over the injury report. We talked about some potential. I'm going to ask you guys this in the chat real quick. What do you think it would cost us? And I need you guys to put your GM hats on, okay? How much would it cost us to move up to number 1 from, say, number 6? I think we're at 6 right now, right? I think we're at 6, 7 range. If the draft was today, how much do you think it would cost for us to move up to number 1 to go get Caleb Williams or Drake May? I want to know in the comment section. Yes, it would be a fireable offense to not call Chicago. Factory. Salute to Perk. Champ has Chicago connections. Hire him and use those connections to go get that number 1. Okay, not to get Fields. I'm cool with that, MDM. Wasted says 2 firsts, 2 seconds in a player. Who would that player be? Who would that player be? Wasted. Who do they have at running back out there right now? They have Khalil Herbert. They can use. What if we re-signed Josh Jacobs and sent him over to Chicago? that wouldn't happen, but interesting. But what player? What player? They have DJ Moore out there. They have Darnell Mooney. They have Cole Kmet. They're probably going to go get another wide receiver in this draft. I mean, yeah, maybe they take Renfro. Maybe Renfro. So 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a Renfro. I would do that all day. I still think it costs more than that because I think that Caleb Williams is more ready to go now than Bryce Young. Two first rounders, 2 seconds, Adams maybe, Crosby, but I wouldn't sell Crosby. Crosby ain't going anywhere. Salute to Michael. Just tapped in. What are we thinking, Graphk? Jaden, Penix, JJ McCarthy in the first. Is Champ the next potential GM? What's happening with AP? Well, there's still a lot of question marks right now. Michael's still a lot of football to be played left. These next 4 games, Mark Davis, and they're going to be evaluating, what this team looks like moving forward. I personally think that Champ Kelly's job is not on the line. I think that Mark Davis is going to hire him. I just think that Antonio Pierce, I think he's watching him very close right now and seeing if he can get the job done these next 4 weeks. And I don't know what that entails. I don't know if it's 2 more wins where you can get to 7 and you won 1 more football game than Josh McDaniels in year 1. I don't know. I don't know if it's you got to get to 8 wins, you got to get to 9, you got to win out. I don't know. I don't know if it's you got to beat Kansas City and Arrowhead. I don't know. But there's no real traction there yet. I think they're going to really wait until the offseason to evaluate that. Jaden or Penix, I would have to go Penix all day, every day over Jaden Daniels. That's just me personally. Like I said, I just think there's too much boom or bust there with Jaden Daniels. I think he could be a superstar, or I think he can just be a mediocre quarterback at the next level. It kind of scares me a little bit. McCarthy, I like him, but I wouldn't want to look. We'd have to trade back in order to get JJ McCarthy for me. If you move back and you pick up a lot of draft capital or some players and you move back to the middle of the first round and he's there, then you could definitely take a look at JJ McCarthy. He's a winning quarterback. He's won a lot of football games, out there in Michigan. Reliable player. Didn't turn the ball over a lot, out there in Michigan. And we got to see who's the head coach. If Jim Harbaugh is there, then JJ McCarthy is definitely a realistic option. So there you have it, my dog. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. Salute once again to my boy Seattle Raider fan. Injury concerns are big, but he's been healthy for the most part. His 2 years with us. Also, Lit Wasted know Penix is 3-0 versus Bo Nix. Duck hunting. Talk that shit. Get on wasted. Get on wasted. Wasted. You got no voice, King. You can't fight back right now, motherfucker. Salute to my dog, John, man. Salute, brother. I seen your Williams tweet. Is that your ultimate move? If I'm LV, I'm giving up 2 firsts and swapping Renfro for the standout DB. Look, I'm moving up all day. You guys know I like Drake May. I just feel like Caleb Williams fits the Vegas theme. I think that you can sell the product out there. This is from a business standpoint as well, you guys, right? Not just football. We're fans, but I'm looking at it from an outlook of Mark Davis as well. You can put his face in all the shit up and down the strip. You know what I mean? You can sell Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams can help make Las Vegas a football town. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams can do that. I don't know if Drake May can do that. You know what I mean? I think that May just fits perfectly going to New England. I think that's where he's going to go. I think they move on from Bill Belichick in the offseason. There's a lot of reports going on from that. I think Jared Mayo probably ends up taking over the job, and they go get Drake May at number 2, unless somebody moves up to go get him, which could be us. I don't know. But yes, the ultimate end game would be go up, get Caleb Williams, whether that's 2 firsts and 2 seconds in a player, whatever it is, I don't care. But yes, go get Caleb Williams. Say we do trade DA. What are we doing at wide receiver? We don't really have to do too much. We have Myers, which has played like our wide receiver 1 this year. Let's just keep it a buck. Sometimes he looks like the number 1 option. You got Trey Tucker, which I think can still be a star if they give him a decent more amount of reps. Hunter Renfro, we still have a Pro Bowler under contract right now. You know what I mean? Michael Mayer is going to be a bigger asset in the passing game moving forward. I know DeAndre Carter is a free agent, but we don't really need to do a lot. You can go get one in the draft. Go get another wide receiver in the draft. There's going to be a lot of great receivers, okay, in the mid to later rounds that are going to be available. Real talk. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they can come in and realistically put up the production that DA can by any stretch. But if you move on from them, we already have a slew of wide receivers. Just go pick up, an inexpensive option in the draft and just keep it moving. Salute to my guy Max. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, Devontae or Crosby. But selling Crosby is never happening. Well, let me tell you this. I think Devontae will retire before he goes to Chicago. I'll be real, y'all. Like, there's no way. Devontae's not going to agree to that. He'll say, I'll retire. I'll forfeit my shit. You got to remember, he played his career in Green Bay. You think he wants to go end his career in Chicago? I don't give a shit who's that quarterback. He's not going out there. And Crosby's not going anywhere. An arm, a left knee to replace Crosby's knee, and a right ass cheek. Salute to my dog, Max. That's a good question. And at this point, I have no answer for you, Philip, because CJ did it at the collegiate level, and CJ is also now doing it at a high level in the NFL. So until we get a chance to really see what Caleb Williams looks like in the at the NFL level, I really don't have an answer for you, but I do believe that Caleb Williams will translate to the NFL level and play at a high clip. I definitely do. See, salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. I get it, man. Caleb Williams cried. I understand that shit. I get it. I understand. Me personally, I really don't care about that. Like I said before, he's a kid. It's not like he's 30 years old at the podium crying like Derek Carr. He's a kid. Still playing at the collegiate level, you guys. Salute to DC. The Raider, Adams to New York for a first. Give our 2 firsts to Chicago, giving the Bears 3 in the top 10, maybe a first next year if needed. We get Caleb, May. Chicago can still get a quarterback. Everyone's happy. I like that. The Raider. Talk that shit, my brother. Mike Hilton, Brandon Faison looks as though he will be playing this or tomorrow. It looks as though he will be playing for us. Don't quote me on that, but it looks as though he will be playing. Through the estimated walkthroughs at practice, he was limited, I believe, both days. No, full practice. So he'll be ready to go. Salute to my guy Midnight. I don't know what that is, bro. Samet Hintu. I think draft compensation may be different this draft because of QB depth. Midnight, brother, maybe I'm on a different planet right now. King, what you mean? Is it something to think about? I think draft compensation may be different this draft because of QB depth. It may be. Because if Chicago is keeping Justin Fields, right, and they make it known that that's their guy, teams are going to understand that and say, okay, well, maybe they're going to maybe they lose a little draft capital value-wise for that trade. If Chicago says we're keeping Justin Fields, we're willing to listen to that number 1 pick. Maybe you guys think that kills a little bit of that value of that pick? Do you think so? Because if Chicago actually truly needed a quarterback, then teams would be like, we got to go up to number 1 to go get our guy. We have to go get him because they actually need him. Let's just throw the farm at him. At this point, I think with Justin Fields there, maybe it does kill the value a little bit. Maybe you can say, well, look, we know you're keeping him, so what's up? I don't know. We shall see. We'll see what Champ is made of or whatever GM we bring in is made of come draft time. Where's the draft at this year, you guys? Is it in Detroit? I like that too, Travis. Maybe and MDM, maybe you guys are right. Maybe it doesn't kill any of that value. Maybe it's a bidding war where a bunch of teams that need a quarterback. But realistically, let me ask you guys this: what teams need a quarterback? What teams need a quarterback? We do. New England does. The Jets have Aaron Rodgers coming back next year. Realistically, what teams at this point need a quarterback? Indianapolis has Anthony Richardson. CJ Stroud's down there with the Texans. Bryce Young's still the guy in Carolina. The Commanders like Sam Howell a lot. They like him a lot. They can maybe potentially look at one. But realistically, how many teams need a quarterback? That's the thing that you have to look at also. The Giants may move on from Daniel Jones. I mean, they can't. I mean, they just paid him a shit ton of money, but maybe they draft his replacement. Maybe the Saints say, you know what? Derek Carr ain't the guy. Winston ain't the guy. Maybe they go get one. But other than that, I don't really know. There's not too many teams at this point that realistically need a quarterback. Atlanta for sure. Desmond Ridder is not the guy, Skinner. This is facts. But a lot of teams identified their quarterback of the future. Okay, it's in Detroit. I'm only asking because I'm thinking about going somewhere for the draft and covering it again. But I think we may end up in Las Vegas doing it once again. He's passionate. I swear this fan base is like trying to talk themselves out of the best QB prospect in this draft. Eli also picked his destination. I'm just saying. And that worked out for him. Man won 2 championships. Man said, I'm not going to the Chargers. Send me to New York, and won 2 rings. Facts, Gio. And I've said this since day one. I like the way Caleb Williams plays it. I mean, maybe because it doesn't affect us right now, right? If I was a Chicago Bears fan or a USC fan, maybe I'd be a little pissed about him saying, well, not a USC fan, but other teams, right? Like if Chicago picks me or if a team picks me that I don't want to go to, I'll go back to college. I actually like that. I like that these players are starting to have a lot more power. I like that shit. I definitely do. He said I can make more money staying at college with my NIL deal. I like that shit. I mean, look, I'm a major, I love the entrepreneurial mindset. If I could, I would tell all my people, and mind you, it's not for everybody, and this is no shade to anybody. I would tell everybody who is unhappy at their 9-to-5s, wrap that shit up, B. Wrap it up, create a business. Let's get rolling because I respect a hustler's mentality. I respect it. I like Caleb Williams for that. I like him saying, I want a piece of, well, he no one ever caught him on tape saying it, but if he did say, anywhere I go, I want a piece of ownership. Why not try? Why not try? These owners bargain all day, right? These owners bargain all day. These agents bargain all day. These GMs bargain all day. Why can't a player say, if you want me, I want ownership? I know it's never happened before, but why not? If he understands his value and he thinks that he's one of those guys that's going to come in and take the league by storm, if he thinks he's the next Patrick Mahomes and he knows that he can get it done, why not? Why not? And even if it doesn't work, guess what? It worked for him because he got the money. He got everything he wanted. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. Oh, well. I like that. And Graham, you are 150% right. Mark Davis would be the one owner to agree with that too. Facts. I think personally, though, he kind of lost any type of bargaining chips with the Raiders because he already said that he would, the Raiders are one team he would want to go to. You know what I mean, Graham? So I don't think that we have to have any ownership or anything like that. He already said he'd be a Raider. I mean, he's not posting pictures at every stadium across the nation. He posted a picture. And what did it say, you guys? The future or something like that in Allegiant Stadium when he was on the football field? Like, he would love to be a Raider. He would love to stay in the West Coast. He would love to make Las Vegas his city. I'm all for it. Move up and get him, man. Move up and get him. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a future. I don't care what it is. Go get Caleb Williams. And guess what, you guys? If it doesn't work, you keep trying. You keep trying. It hasn't worked with us for 40 years. Got to keep trying. Got to keep trying. Keep drafting these quarterbacks. If you move up and it doesn't work out, oh well. I've seen it. I've seen some teams, you guys, do really good getting rid of a lot of draft capital. I've seen Seattle move on from a bunch of draft capital and be in the playoffs year in and year out. I've seen the Rams literally have no draft picks at all for like a fucking decade. They're always in the playoff hunt or they're in a Super Bowl or, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you gotta take risks. In business, you have to take risks. You have to. You know what I'm saying? I took a risk leaving my job, being a manager at a property management company to do this. And it worked out for me. And now I'm somewhere where I love doing what I do because I took a risk. And the Raiders have to take a risk. You have to. Go get your guy. Stop playing around. This is the year you go get your guy. This isn't a year where you say, oh, you know what? We can go get a quarterback in the 3rd round, 4th round. No, it's not the year to do that at all. Go get your guy. Move up. Go get your guy. Whatever it costs you outside of Max Crosby, go get your guy. Simple and plain. Mark took a risk with Vegas. Got a free stadium, put him in the top 10. The Raiders are now a top 10 value team in the NFL. It worked out for him. Do it in the draft. Go get your guy. You're not going to – I'm sorry, you guys. You can't sell Las Vegas. You know, it was all fun and games with Jimmy G, right, because of the whole, brothel and, him getting free ass for life. It's all good. It's all fun, right? We have fun with that. But you can't sell Las Vegas Aiden O'Connell. You potentially can't sell them Bo Nix. There's only a few names you could potentially sell them. Jaden Daniels just won a Heisman. Stats through the roof. You can probably sell Jaden Daniels in Las Vegas. Maybe Penix, the year he had, maybe you can sell him. But there's only a few guys in this draft that have that superstar quality. Caleb Williams is one of them. The way he conducts himself, the way he drives around in USC with a damn Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever the hell he got, that is what they want in Las Vegas. Simple and plain. Everyone's about to overthink Williams. Kid is a magician. The league has been taken over by the off-script quarterback. Why not draft the best off-script quarterback in this draft? Oh, yeah, and he's great on script too. There you have it. I love it, man. Salute to the Raider. Great comment, my brother. And also, you can do so many different things with him. Like you said, off script, RPO, he's heavy RPO out there at USC. You know what I mean? I love it. Like, when's the last time we seen that, you guys? Have we ever seen it? Have we ever had a quarterback that we can go out there and play heavy RPO? Have we ever seen that? I think maybe a few times with Marcus Mariota. Right? That's about it. I'm excited to see some different movement, some different things. And I know that, he's got a lot of RPO at USC. I mean, he has to do some things differently at the NFL level. But, it's been forever. Marcus Mariota, backup quarterback, few RPO. Tyler, yep. Terrell Pryor. It's time for something else, man. Yep, and this is facts, Graham. AP and Champ will let him be himself as well. Factory, my brother. Factory. Salute to my brother Graham Cam in the building, man. Salute to my guy, Tim, once again on the $10 donation. My choice at quarterback in this draft will be Drake May, then Penix. Not a fan of Williams. We also need a stud DT, and AOC is going to be our backup of the future, and I'm cool with that. If you identified your backup, a guy like Aiden O'Connell that can come in and win a few games for you, that's great. That is great. Like me and Waster were on the phone talking about this yesterday, how serious it is to have a real backup quarterback, a guy that can come in when need be and win you a few football games. I'm okay with Aiden O'Connell being a career backup. I'm cool with that. Young, he'll only get better. I'm cool with that. And I agree with you. I think Drake May could be the best quarterback in this draft. I've said that since day one. But I just know what Caleb Williams brings to the table. On both sides of the coin, Tim. business, everything, Caleb Williams would be a superstar in Las Vegas. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. And I agree with you on a stud DT. We've been needing a stud defensive tackle forever. Salute to my dog, Tim. The best thing about off-script quarterbacks is it doesn't matter who the fuck's the coach. Laugh out loud for those who want to keep Pierce. Factory. As long as you have, well, you still need a decent offensive coordinator to write. You need somebody that can still call a really good game. You know what I mean? And right now, we don't have that with Bo Hardegree. But agreed. Antonio Pierce would give him the freedom to do what he needs to do on the offensive side of the football. He said, look, I'm going to hold this defense down with my guy Pat, with Graham. Offense, you handle that. You do your thing. Maybe Tyree Wilson will be our stud defensive tackle next year. Switch worked. Great last game. Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit, MDM. Yeah, he looked pretty good. You got to do that against better O-line. You know, you string together a few games, you know, the way he played against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not sold yet on Tyree Wilson and the interior of that defensive line. Yeah, I need to see more. You know what I mean? But I'm not against him getting the opportunities moving forward these next 4 games to keep playing on the interior of that defensive line. I'm cool with that. Give him the next 4 games and see what he can do. But got to see more. George says Drake May is Josh Allen 2.0. Could be. But Drake May's not going to turn the ball over nowhere near as much as Josh Allen, George. He's just not. And shit, Josh Allen is a superstar in the NFL. Business-wise, Caleb is in the same region. All the USC Caleb fans are right down the street. Those Raider tickets will sell for these whole games. And guess what happens? We get more Raider fans in the building. Graham? We get more Raider fans in the building. That's the thing. You guys want to get to, you want to get, you're tired of watching the Minnesota Vikings fan base take over our team or our stadium? You tired of watching the Kansas City Chiefs and their fan base come in and take over Allegiant Stadium? Well, guess what? All those guys from LA, they're going to come out and watch their guy. Facts. Caleb Williams means more money, and it means more Southern California Raider fans in attendance. I love it. Let me see. Nah, Jesus, what? Another Trubisky? Come on, man. We got to stop doing this shit, man. Just because they went to North Carolina, they're not the same quarterback, man. They're not the same quarterback. You got to stop that. What, because he went to North Carolina, now he's Mitchell Trubisky? Come on, man. Nasty work out here, Jesus. Yeah, they don't even possess the same skill set. Would you get Lincoln Riley for head coach to pair with Caleb Williams? Lincoln Riley's not going anywhere. 702. He's not. And to be real with you, I think that Lincoln Riley belongs at the collegiate level. I don't think he's ready for the NFL. I think he needs to stay where he is and continue to do what he do. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. I'm trying to see something real quick, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay, it's not there. Damn it. Okay. Mike, I agree. If there's any combination of head coach, And quarterback is definitely, and that's the only one. Harbaugh, McCarthy, that's the only one. You're not going to see a Lincoln Riley and a Caleb Williams connection at all. Let's see. Yep, definitely need an OC. Off script equals play extension. Mahomes is the best off script quarterback in the NFL. We need magic. Caleb creates offense. There you have it. A quarterback that can extend plays and can make all the throws. Facts. And guess what, DeRaider? With wide receivers like Myers, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, you don't have to play hero ball. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. With weapons like Devontae Adams, Myers, Michael Mayer, Trey Tucker, Hunter Renfrow, you do not have to play hero ball. Because more than likely, a few of those guys are going to be open. You don't have to play hero ball. You don't have to run around and just try and make nothing out of something or something out of nothing every other play. You don't have to play hero ball. Zilla, definitely got to work that O-line a little bit, though. Definitely, brother. Jers, what's good with you, King? How do you feel about keeping Hunter personally? If you can get something for him, you move on. That's a hefty contract. You just drafted Trey Tucker. If you can move on from him, move on from him. If it's worth it, like I said, if Chicago says, hey, give us 2 firsts, 2 seconds, whatever you want draft capital wise and Hunter Renfrow, my guy cooked. He gone. But other than that, keep him around. I know he's boom or bust, you guys. I know he'll make a big play, then I know he'll fumble. We know what Hunter Renfrow is at this point. We know what he is, but we also know when he's on, he's on. You know what I mean? So, don't move on from him just for the sake of moving on from him. Make it make sense. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. We went over the injury report, you guys. We talked about a potential trade. I want to see something real quick, though. I'm going to see what it would cost, okay? I'm going to do a quick mock draft, you guys, if you don't mind. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick the Raiders. Let's draft, propose a trade. Salute to everybody here in the building. I want to see what it would cost to go up and get Caleb Williams. All right. Seven-round mock draft here, you guys. Okay, we're going to go to the NFC. We're going to go to Chicago. Shit. Hold on real quick, y'all. Damn it. 1 second, y'all. Damn laptop was about to die. All right, there we go. All right. Let me see. Y'all still there? Let's get it rocking. Salute to the 400 plus people in the building. Okay. Get rid of this. Next. All right, let's give them 6. That. What do you guys think? 2 firsts, 2 seconds. Let's see what happens. You think that's going to be enough? Do you think that's going to be enough? Let me know in the comment section. Is that enough? Our first this year, our first next year, our second this year, second next year. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, it's not enough. I'll put future third in there too. Why not? This year's 6th, 37th, next year's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Let's just say a player is involved as well. Damn, it was declined. Okay, so let's propose. Damn it, man. And y'all gonna already draft, bro. And they took Drake May at 1. Hold on. Stop screen. Go back. Boom. That didn't work. Propose a trade. All right, share the screen once again, you guys. All right, so for that number 1 spot, we're going to give up boom, 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 boom. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Let's see what happens. Damn. They're not taking that shit. And mind you, in real life, it may be a little different. All right, let's see what we can do. Damn it, and they fucking do it. Now they take Caleb Williams. All right, proposed trade. Damn, I don't know. I don't know if we have anything worth doing this shit right now. I don't even. We'd have to add an extra first, which you can't do a following year. Like, I don't even know. This is just PFF though. You got our pro football. You know what I mean? Like this is. Don't worry about it. This isn't real life. But you would probably have to add a player in the mix to make this happen. Raymond, I like that. Maybe fall to 3. Let's see what. Okay, let's do this. Probably not going to get Caleb Williams. Two first, 2 seconds. Let's see if we can get that 2nd spot. Boom. All right. So we moved up to 2 for 2 firsts and 2 seconds. So our first this year, first next year, 2 seconds. All right. Looks like we're going to get Drake May right here, you guys. Oh, shit. Bing, 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 bing. So. I don't know if that happens, but hey, we got Caleb Williams, you guys. All right, let me see. We could pick up some extra draft capital here. Future 6th for our 74. We get the 96 and the 100. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reject this. Let's see what's available here. That is fire, though. Okay, so we got Trey Benson, which I like him a lot out of Florida State, but you're not going to take a running back this early. We got our QB of the future, y'all. Trying to see Tommy. Okay, Tommy Eichenberg is there. Trying to see. Maybe I take McKinley Jackson here. We can use the defensive tackle. I'm going to go ahead and take McKinley Jackson here. I like Chris Jenkins too, though. Got to get a defense tackle. All right. Darius Robinson is there. You know what I'm going to do right here, you guys? I'm going to be a little different. It's the 4th round. Tommy Eichenberg just went off the board. I'm going to go get Blake Corum, running back out of Michigan. Okay, now where's the corners at? I like Brandon Coleman out of TCU. Damn, Kyrie Jackson's right there. I might have to get Kyrie Jackson out of Oregon. We could use some O-line help, but we need some corner help as well, man. Boom. A guy that's going to sit for a year, but I'm cool with it. Zach Zinter right here, guard out of Michigan. That's a steal. Now you can look at double dipping that defensive tackle, you guys, or we can go get a tackle. Remember, Dalton Wagner's coming off the IR next year, our young UDFA out of Arkansas. Maybe he can be a guy. Jermaine Illuminor will be moving on. He's a free agent. Damn, maybe you can go get your wide receiver here, man. Go get a guy that Caleb Williams played with. Sixth round, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go get Tajee Washington. I'm going to go get a guy that Caleb Williams is familiar with. Why not? And then I'm going to go get a tackle right here. Let me see. Damn, Jack Sawyer's right there at the edge. Okay. Go. Damn, Ladarius. Okay. John Wayne. Let's see. I'm just going to go to all real quick. Xavier Watts is there. Damn, man. You know what? I'll just go get a tackle right here. 7th round is what it is. What do y'all think about that right now? What do y'all think about that right now? What do you think about this draft? You traded up for 2 firsts, 2 seconds to number 2. Chicago surprisingly took Drake May, which it's not really that surprising. I don't think people tend to realize how good Drake May is. But we got Caleb at number 2 for 2 firsts and 2 seconds, okay? We got McKinley Jackson in the 3rd round, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M. I think that's a steal. We got Blake Corum. Josh Jacobs walks in free agency. Got Kyrie Jackson at corner out of Oregon. Zach Zinter, a guy that broke his leg, probably be out for a while, but he can be an all-pro type talent in the NFL level. Wayne got Taj Washington, a wide receiver out of USC, to pair with Caleb Williams, one of his guys, and then went and got Ladarius Henderson, tackle from Michigan in the 7th round that you can hope develop. I think that's a pretty good draft, y'all. So now you think about it like this. You got your quarterback of the future. You got a guy, McKinley Jackson, that could potentially be one of those guys at the next level. You know what I'm saying? Now you can pair him with potentially Tyree in the middle of that defense. You got your 1-2 punch. Blake Corum can be your running back of the future. I love the way he runs the football out there in Michigan. And you, like I said, then you need a corner. You know, you got Kyrie Jackson and these later round picks. Zach Zinter is potential, a guy that may not see the field next year, but will be a dog when healthy. And then you go get a receiver in the later rounds, just in case you do move on from Devontae Adams, which I do not think we will, but a guy that's familiar with Caleb Williams, and you go get a tackle out of Michigan with Ladarius Henderson. So there you have it. I wish you can do that right now, Eddie. You can't do one where you can trade for Justin Fields. I think they start doing that in the offseason where you can make moves like that. But right now with these websites, they don't allow you to make trades for players on other people's teams. So I don't know why. I don't know why they do it like that, but it is what it is. But we moved up to the 2 spot. We got Caleb Williams right there. From the New England Patriots. I think they owe us, you guys. I think New England owes us. You know, we got Ziegler and Josh McDaniels. Didn't work out. You know, why not? They owe us. Tuck rule. You know, why not? New England, you owe us, man. And you just gave us Caleb Williams on a platter. I love it. I love it. Salute to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys. As always, we're coming up on an hour and a half of the show. Real quick, anygivensundaysauces.com. Go get your hot sauce. The OLV special edition bottle is now available. Go to OakLosVegas.com, you guys. Got some new gear on there. The new coffee mugs are cold. Go over to OakLosVegas.com. And other than that, man, try and put something together tonight. I know me and Hammer were talking about doing something last night, but maybe we'll do it tonight. I don't know where Wasted is right now in terms of his health. I'm going to give him a call after this and see if he's okay. I know his voice has been gone and all that good stuff, but we'll see what's up later on. I still got a thumbnail drawn up, ready to go for another show. So I'll let you guys know. But other than that, man, as always, love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'm out, man. Wow.